It's not the destination, it's the journey that matters. It was a very holistic approach in terms of how much have you understood the course, and that is what MBA does to you. Then in that case, you're depending on HR completely. I was looking for courses that either I can do it part-time or maybe within 1 year. Fortunately, my best friend also was looking out for the similar courses. So first he was the one who introduced me to the course, influenced me in terms of looking and exploring the course, and that's when I came across SOIL. I applied, and I got through. So that is how I got to know about SOIL as a college, as a course. SOIL became a cultural ground because when I joined the college, when I met all my batchmates, we had people from all parts of the country. We had people from east, northeast, south, west, everywhere, and it was a good cultural confluence for me to be exposed to. Most of our batchmates was elder to me. I was excited to learn from different strata or different age groups, interacting with them, understanding what their point of view is, and creating those assignments and projects. I think that gave me an immense boost in terms of understanding different people, and that is what MBA does to you. One is respecting your own views. Secondly is understanding other people's POV, and then how do you converge all of that at one point, and that is what SOIL helped me do. SOIL was one of those institutes which always focused on the emotional quotient or the personal growth of an individual, which was not the case otherwise. It was not an absolute course where you were evaluated basis on how much do you score on this subject or how much do you score on this test. But it was a very holistic approach in terms of how much have you understood the course, what's your level of understanding, what's the level of class participation what you have, what's the level of assignments you have submitted, how actively have you presented your findings. And I think these are all different parameters that were evaluated to rate us holistically on every course. And I think that really helps from one individual who always has been an individual contributor to being a team player. The kind of professors, the kind of faculty we have here, or the kind of courses some of the courses that have been designed, keeping in mind the values that are ingrown and that is not possible to have otherwise from textbook learning, in terms of self-awareness, in terms of being cognizant of what you say, in terms of having that emotional balance while working. So people usually say HR should have that emotional balance in terms of managing, but that's not true. I think apart from the HR individual, I think if a manager does not have that emotional balance to manage your entire team, then there is no point. Then in that case, you're depending on HR completely. Obviously, HR will balance it out. They have that skill set in them. But if as a manager, if you are not able to analyze, relate to that entire situation from an emotional lens, and if you only look from the rational, logical lens, then I think you are not a great leader. Then you're completely failing in being a great leader. I think that is something that really SOIL imbibes in you. You might not see that effect in 1 or 2 years of your graduation, but trust me, eventually once you start your journey as professionals after graduating from SOIL, it will hit you at some point ki actually roots from SOIL's curriculum. See, don't look at SOIL as a placement machine. You come with an X package and then you will be out with an Y package. Because if you come with that mindset, that shows that you have a management lens or futuristic lens in terms of being practical. And be practical. I'm not saying don't be practical, but when you are evaluating a course, that should not be the only objective you have in terms of what will be the output. So you should actually look at in terms of what are you going to gain in the entire journey, and not the end result. Because if you don't enjoy the journey, you will never love the destination. You might get the highest package. I'm guaranteeing you might leave after a point because you may don't know what to do with that package, or you might not be able to deliver to that level of package which you have been placed for. Maybe you might not get the best of the packages. Maybe you might not get the highest package, or you don't even reach the average package. But if you enjoy the work, the kind of work you have been doing, I think you will reach that point someday or the other where that number, that salary package does not matter. What matters is how well do you do your job, because at the end you will not be remembered by your numbers. You will be remembered as an individual. यार मैंने इस बंदी के साथ काम किया था, मैंने इस बंदी के साथ काम